And I would like to, actually looking at the time also, would like to move straight to the next discussant, Georg Redelhammer. You are the founder, sorry, the microphone is not moving. You're the founder of a company called Firstly Communications. And I'm curious to hear your contribution regarding safety and resilience in post-conflict areas, and how those challenges could be best dealt with towards achieving SDGs. Thanks a lot. Georg, over to you.
Thank you very much. I'll take a seat here because my mobility is my problem, but it should not bother you. So, yeah, my topic is today ensuring safety and resilience in post-conflict areas. I want to give you like a short overview on what I'm talking about today. So, to attract people, the city has to be safe and resilient. I want to give you then a little overview on the future of city management, talking about the city snapshot as a best practice, how to use data. I want to give you a best practice of city management, talking about the digital twin. I want to give you a best practice example of housing, actually from Austria, and some proposals I have for you for today. So, the important thing is if you want to attract people, you have to be safe and resilient. So what is resilience? Resilient cities reveal several qualities that allow them to withstand, respond to, and adapt quickly to shocks and stresses. So this is the definition. And what you have to do here? You have to plan ahead. You have to start to develop a resilience strategy framework. You better understand the potential for crisis in each context. And you have to use smart tools, what cities know about their current state. And this will be one of the big topics today is data. Real-time information, observe the impact of interventions as they happen. Better equip cities for absorbing shocks to find effective adaptations. And of course, central database and dashboard. I will come to that a little later. Safety. To attract people, you have to be safe. The city has to be safe. Having a conscious approach to crisis management can help cities to learn from the crises they do encounter and to develop the skills to manage crises more effectively. So it's very important that you involve both local and national offices to share information and lessons learned. Of course, support from the municipalities and the genuine desire to change an organizational dysfunction, and identifying micro mistakes that accumulate to make the situation impossible to manage, and digital information and involvement of the people who are living here. So there are some simple ways to be smart, and we call it smart inventions. And here the role of technology is central, and it has to be easy to use. Residents and the local concerns should stay at the center. They have to be listened. Reaffirm the role of local authorities as trusted agents and guardians of equality and social cohesion, and a simple framework that encourages cities to evaluate city problems in terms of information and communication components. You have to identify key factors relevant for the implementation of smart initiatives, and we need to have smart people, smart, educated people to develop and to work on these problems. Core is this. If you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. So the question is, what do we need? And of course, you know the answer. We need data. We need lots of data. But the interesting thing is, if you want to do a comparison of the cities in the world, you just need 92 KPIs based on the SDGs. This is by the information, by the ITU defined. And if you have this, if you have these 92 KPIs, you can do a city snapshot. And this is a best practice of how to use data. You have 92 indicators, like 54 core and 33 advanced indicators in 3 dimensions: economy, environments, society, and cultures. You have subdimensions and categories. And all those indicators have a certain SDG behind. And what you get then is this wonderful graphic for every city. So you have like a signal, red, where you have to do something, green, pretty good, and yellow, still something to do. And those targets, the data you apply for the city, then are compared to the international data, and you see where you are standing. This system is then, of course, paying into the SDGs. So how many, what of those dimensions are going for the SDGs? This system is right now implemented in over 300 cities in the world. United Cities is planning to have 1,000 cities per year. 10,000 cities is the aim to have in this program to make the world a better place. And as a best practice example, I put in here Norway, because in Norway already 90 municipalities work with such a city snapshot. For example, Ålesund. Ålesund is working with the city snapshot. This is what they get, and here they have this signal, and what you see here is then how to work with this. So they analyze now the red KPIs, and they do it with a simulation, and this simulation is then called the digital twin, which I will come back later on. And you see here they can do simulations, real-time simulations for all the cities who are participating in this program. And of course, this is a fantastic example that how you can manage with having data in the background. So the digital twin is the best practice example to do a city management. And what is the digital twin? Actually, the digital twin is something that physically exists. You can do it like in an installation, as they do it here in Norway. It's a 10 by 10 dome, or you can just have it on a computer and make real-time simulations. So basically, you're visualizing large data, and this allows us to plan for the future. You overlay any data you want over the city. You understand immediately how the information interacts, and you use the simulator to read the pulse of the city and all details. So what happens is that you, for example, you can make a simulation of the water system. What happens if pipes break down? What happens if for the mobility prediction, if you switch to electromobility, what happens with the CO2 emission? And with the public services, building energy, and so forth. So this is the future of city management by data. Coming back from the future, I want to come back now to housing, because this is also a best practice example how to build safe and resilient and very quick housing. This system is an Austrian system. They build it in South America, lots of them in Africa, and it's based on these plastic profiles. So what they do is they build these plastic profiles in the country, then it's standardized. You put it together like a Lego, fill it with cement, and then you have actually fantastic houses who are bulletproof, who are safe, earthquake-proof, and who are recyclable 100%. And you build these houses in just 10 days, one house. It's a standardized solution from Austria, actually, but then made in Azerbaijan. You can make houses, schools, police stations, hospitals, and you just need this PVC profiles. You build a factory, and the smallest factory, they can build 3,000 houses per year. The value chain stays in the country, the revenue stays in the country, the interior stays in the country. You can make different roofs, because every country has different roof designs, and it's 100% recyclable. So this is an example of smart and sustainable housing. So what are the next steps? As an idea from me, as an Austrian who has some ideas for Azerbaijan, I think it would be a good idea to start working with city snapshots. Of course, not here in the liberated areas, but to start working with already developed cities like Baku or Sumkavit, and to build a digital twin in Baku. Why? To make a big statement on SDGs, to make Baku as a hub for the region on SDGs. All of the cities, they can make simulations here, they can do conferences here and talk about sustainability here. It's a big, big symbol. Another thing that I was taught, because I'm also city councillor in my hometown of Linz, working on city partnerships is very effective, but only if you really combine it with SDGs. This you can do already with cities, developing cities like Aghdam, and go for cities who are working with, for example, city snapshots already in Europe, who can bring technology, who can bring investors, and who can also use the airports here. And this is why I put the airport partnerships in here, because what we have is that what we don't have, that smaller airports, also in Austria, in Germany, they don't have, they have a good possibility to offer direct flights to your airports here. And because when I fly from Austria to Baku, I have to go via Frankfurt, via Vienna, via Istanbul. So it's a little bit challenging, the mobility. And then I have another proposal for you. This is an NGO in United States called sustainchain.world. I've opened up a group already for Azerbaijan Urban Forum. This is an international platform where we can gather all the informations we have, all the needs we have for projects, for machines that we need. I offer this to you, that you participate also here, and that we just make it as an open group here. So, come to an end. And it's important that you make the difference. But more important is that you are the difference to make the world a better place. And all people who are sitting here in this room. And to end, I just had an idea, because I want to make a short video with you. I don't want you to applaud to me. I want to applaud to the spirit of sustainability we have in here. And I turn on my video now, and it would be lovely if you could stand up. And we applaud together for the ghost of SDG, which is here. And actually, if you stand up, I think afterwards is lunch. It's a good exercise. Thank you very much, and let's applaud for sustainability. Thank you.